me an A, give me an F. You giving me the worst grade in the world, worse than an F, is a D. Because with the D, even though we love the D over here, you know which D I'm talking about. But with the D, oh, my coffee looks so good.
It does. Compared
That
to
don't even look like coffee. That's not even coffee.
The way the whipped cream is running down the side of the coffee.
That is over.
The white stuff is run down the side of my face from time to time.
That looks really good. The coffee looks good.
That's my coffee.
If I drank coffee, I would drink that.
That looks like coffee.
Y'all hire clowns as if you were running a circus. So you get a circus and you hire clowns. Anyway, moving on.
Take it from the people who play cards for him. He be cheating.
No, I only cheat on Uno. Only Uno. Only Uno.
Uno, Tuno, Luno, he is a cheater.
If you cheat,
See, they said you probably look. He said you probably do cheat. He do.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I'm out of here. Bye.
OnlyFans so that you can look at the longer videos and you can go in the comfort of your own little room at the boarding house, rent it home, grab your little Albaline and smoke it out for as long as you want it, playing it over and over and over, the long videos of Malik's long peen, because you have an infatuation with his long peen. I am certain that at this point you want him to shove his long peen somewhere inside of your body. I'm just saying. The devil. And the devil. Here he go.
Y'all wasn't gonna make me the oldest one on here.
You did not send me a text, a link.
I did.
I do have to
On the
say,
flyer.
Ty, you were in the group chat on Instagram, whatever Instagram that was.
Wait, what? Kitty? Love you down. I don't have no problem with Kitty. I like Kitty. But Kitty girl. Kitty girl, Kitty girl. Kitty girl, we did not think he was nobody straight. Neither did we think he was nobody's top. At best, verse. If I stretch, maybe if I stretch, I might give you verse top. I'll stretch to give you verse top. But you do know that we had already deduced that you like to have spoons dipped into your sugar bowl, right? We had already. I mean, I don't think there's anybody, even DeAndre, who professes that he's the top, and Archie, who professes that he's the top. They profess to be straight tops. You ain't gonna get me to believe that they had a spoon dipped into their sugar bowl every now and then. The least about JG.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one.
That's I did.
Well, definitely what I like the most about David is
y'all girls need to understand. Girl, you had a bust down. Girl, y'all had a one-night stand. Y'all got drunk one day. Y'all had a one-night stand. It was good that night because you was drunk. Probably if you was sober, you gonna be like, girl, this wasn't even that good. But girl, you was drunk as fuck or coked out or a combination of the two of them. Whatever the fuck y'all do down there to the LA. Y'all had a good bust down. It was what it was. You should have kept it moving. Whoa, hello, people. How the hell are you? God. It's been so long. How the hell is everybody? What is going on, people? Let me share this out on YouTube. Make sure the people know we live. Is Really B still live? I know she was going live before me. Somebody tell me, is Really B still live? She was supposed to be going live before me. I don't know. We switched up today. I needed her to switch with me. We wouldn't have had no Manic Monday. We wouldn't have had no Manic Monday if not for me and Really be switching places. I'm just trying to tell you. Oh, she done? Okay, great. Listen, y'all, I was not ready. I was not ready to go live because I was trying to get the dossier ready, and work just got out of hand, and so I couldn't work on it, and it got just way out of control. And so Really B called me. She said, "Can I go live for?" I said, "Yes," because I wasn't even halfway through with the dossier. I ain't have no listen. I ain't have no palate cleansers. I ain't do the year in music. I hadn't done anything, y'all. It was a mess. It was a damn mess. So that gave me. I thought that was gonna give me some more time, and then my sister called me, and I had to take that because I got with this hurricane, got a lot of stuff going on in Florida with my siblings, and so I had so. But nevertheless, we are here and we are ready. I got as much as I could get done. Now it's not gonna be a full flushed out one like it's silly Saturday. You know, silly Saturday, we might be on here 3 hours. But I got about a good hour and a half, 2 hours worth of content where we can get in here and make it happen. So we're gonna get up in here, get your chicken here, and we gonna make it happen. Okay, we gonna make this thing happen. Just tell you. We about to make this thing happen. So, yeah. How are y'all doing today? I know I've been gone. Y'all ain't got to remind me I've been gone. But I have things that I be having to take care of, y'all. I be having to take care of stuff, y'all. Um, sometimes you know when you're important, you got to take care of stuff. So I was taking care of stuff, y'all. That's what I was doing. So anyway, let me say hello to y'all before we get this party started. Jason, what is good, bruh? What is up? Harold. Hello, Harold. How are you today, sir? Hey, Harold. Volvo, hey, Cookie. Oh, Really B is done. Okay, hey, sis. I know if you was finished or not. Hey, Tamara. Tracy C is here. Sweet P, Ravine, Lovely 31, Blueprint, Miss Bait Thing, Quake. That's what we doing today, Quake? Is this what we doing, Quake? Really? Is this what we're doing, Quake? I love you too, Quake. Y'all see how she do? Her and Ravine. Child. You still celebrate your mama's birthday? Well, celebrate, honey. Celebrate. Child. Sing, celebrate. Okay. Hey, Jay Wash, what's going on? Jen Bunny. Hey, my love. Jeannie is here. Lil Baby is here. Everybody is here. Spicy Original is here. Angela is here. Katrina is here. Child, I wish that was the case. I sure wish that was the case, Tracy. Child, I might feel a little better. Xavier, what's going on? Montrez, what's good, bruh? Symmetry, my love, looking all professional in that crimson blazer. I live. Hey, Opal. Hey, Complex 613. Simera, what's good, girl? L. Sid, what is up? Listen, even in my absence, y'all, the members only chat never stops. When I tell you, the members make sure that we miss no news, whether I'm here or not. The members make sure we miss no news. They be in the members only chat, cutting up, having a good time, talking and shooting the shit. We be having a good time over there. So shout out to the members holding me down in the members only chat this weekend. Shout out to them. Y'all ready to get this party started? Go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat if y'all ready to get this party started. This Manic Monday. Hey, Miss Pretty Amazing. Child, LC be over here having a good time with us. LC, are you enjoying the members only chat like I told you you would? I told you would have a good time over there, LC. Do you be enjoying yourself up in there? They be keeping us on it, LC. Do you hear me?
They make sure we don't miss Nathan. Anyway, y'all. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourself. Talk amongst yourself. I'm supposed to be getting something prepared for y'all for this live. Talk amongst yourself. Y'all got this. Go ahead. Talk amongst yourself. Anyway, El Sid, while y'all talk, I'll talk to El Sid. El Sid, are you enjoying yourself over there down to the members only chat? I ain't gonna have enough time. I know I'm not. I'm not gonna have enough time. Oh. You say you be behaving in the members only chat? Do you? Oh, do you? That's what your mouth say. But is that the case? Chat. Yeah. Hey, Miss Cookie Ray. I'm trying to do something for y'all. I forgot. Listen, I forgot. I forgot to do one more story. And I gotta make sure I get that last story in for y'all. Because I love y'all. Y'all be behaving. Y'all, I'm sorry, y'all be having a good old-fashioned sanctified time in the members only. Child, when I tell you the people be carrying on, the people carries on. Well, we ready to get this party started. Let me get everything set up over here on my end. And hey, hey, Cross Country Cruiser, how you doing, boo? What's going on, boo boo? Boo boo. I got one more thing that I need to do. Hopefully this works. All right. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. All right. All right, let's hope. Let's cross our fingers that works. All right. Just paid all my bills, so now I can party. All right, let's get this party started. Let's go ahead. And we're gonna do this over here. Chicken, get your chicken here. And there we go. All right. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, great. Okay, great. That worked. Good. So now we're ready to get this party started. All right. It's time for my favorite segment because it's the quickest segment. So naturally, it's going to be my favorite segment. My favorite segment, of course, is the hashtag ABCs. A bitch can't. Can I get some hashtags, please? Hey, Sherry Dean. Can we get some hashtags, please? You say you don't eat chicken, but you will eat his meat? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on, Bishop Mary L. McCracken. EBB Ashata. EBB Ashanama. I love Bishop Mary L. McCracken. Paul, what you mean? You came to say, hey, you got trade coming over or something, Paul? See, this is what I'm talking about, Paul. This is what I'm talking about. You need to be your ass over here in class, Paul. Damn trade. Trade can wait. Child. Hey, Cassandra. Here's our first. Listen, let me help y'all understand something. I saw the statement that hold on, y'all, because my sister is feverishly calling. Hold on one moment. I truly hate being the oldest brother. I really, 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 Jesus God. Anyway, God, I don't have time for whatever Janice Combs got going on. I promise y'all, a bitch just can't. I don't know what she got going on. I don't care. Mama wrote, you know, 4 and 5 pages about who her son is. Ma'am, we don't give a damn about you telling us that your son is not a monster. What we do want you to tell us is, what the fuck was you doing with your son in his child rearing age that he need that much baby oil? How much baby oil was you using with that young man that now he has to be hoarding thousands of bottles of baby oil? What the fuck were you doing, Janice? No, you don't get to tell us that your son ain't a monster. What you get to do is sit the fuck down and answer the fucking questions that we got. You tell us how many freak off parties you was at and how much baby oil you used. Bothering us with your foolishness. Child. I mean, that young man jumped in the bathtub and it's filled with baby oil. Like, what was y'all doing? Child. Janice, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean John Combs is a stone cold certified freak. He probably got to watching your ass back in the 70s and early 80s get your back blown out, put footprints on ceilings for everybody in all 5 boroughs. Girl, get away from us. Don't she look hot, lock queen? Girl, go sit the fuck down somewhere. A bitch just can't. A bitch just damn can't. A bitch can't. We don't have this type of energy. We don't have this type of time. Janice, get the fuck away from us. Go with God. In another Diddy headline that I don't know why we saw this. I don't know what the fuck. I don't care. Listen. Who gives a damn who that they taking his key to the city? They're allegedly supposed to resend his key to the city. Nothing but skanks and whores roll around Miami Beach. Let's be clear. So it might make sense for him to have a key to the goddamn city. You want to know the amount of shit that goes on down in Miami Beach, including baby oil and lube? I don't have this type of time. I don't have this type of time. Talk to me when they get to a real trial and they really name names. I promise you we don't care. I don't know what it gives you, Xavier. I don't even know. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. I'm just saying. Tracy. No, nah, Tracy. He y'all's. Y'all can't give him to nobody. He belongs to y'all. All 5 boroughs of New York. All of them. Staten Island, Queens, the BX, the BK, Manhattan. Oh, all y'all get some. Oh, no, Tracy. Tracy. Hey, Nessa. Nope. No, ma'am. I did not get my start in Miami Beach. Thank you, Xavier. I was in Liberty City with trade. Miami Beach is where the white people be at, where the people descended from the Caucasus Mountains be at. I was in Liberty City with trade. I don't hang out over there in Miami Beach. I be with real trade because real girls do real things. Real girls do real things, Xavier. They don't do nothing, Montrez. They don't do nothing. Hey, D, what's going on? Right, because they made a whole Grand Theft Auto based on where I grew up. Okay. Cha. We don't have this type of time, sir. Go with God. Oh, God. Jesus God. I don't even know what this story is about. Somebody, you know what? You know what really qualifies shit to be a hashtag ABC? Most of the time, it's the fact that literally, I don't even read the headline. I just see the person picture or whoever the fuck is involved. And my brain immediately says, I don't have time. A bitch just came. A bitch just came. I don't even want to know what it's about. I don't even care what their story is. The fact that y'all got his picture slapped across my timeline or computer screen is enough for me to send me an overload. I just don't have this type of energy. I'm just telling you what I know. A bitch just came. Hey, Janae. Hey, Gabby. Child Gabby, I thought he was dead and gone too, honey. I thought they would have handled him down to the Dominican Republic and never let his ass out. But somehow he managed to get out of jail down to the Dominican Republic. God help us. But I just don't have this type of energy. I saw his face and listen, the only time I've been more repulsed by him was when they had that sex tape and those dick pics of him that came out, and my whole body just went into dry heaves. Like my digestive tract tried to leave my body after seeing those damn pictures. I don't know. Sir, go with God. Here's another case. I don't care about Safari. I don't. I promise you I don't. I don't give a damn what the story is. I don't give a damn about him, Nicki Minaj, whatever the situation. I don't give a fuck. A bitch just can't. I don't care what Safari got going on with. Ain't trying to find out. I'm not going to read the story. I didn't even read the headline. I saw 2 things. I saw Safari. That's all I needed. A picture of Safari half naked, Nicki Minaj, don't want no parts of it. Get it the fuck off my computer screen. I can't do it. I just don't have this type of time. I don't know what's wrong with them either, Xavier. They be looking real weird. L said, you say he got the baby oil on? That I guarantee you his motherfucking ass been to a couple of them goddamn Diddy parties. Now that I can guarantee you. Gabby, I promise you, had you not told me that, I would have never knew because I don't be giving a damn about whatever Safari got going on. I promise you, I don't be giving a damn. I don't know what he got going on. Sir, leave us the fuck alone. Go with God. We don't have this type of time. Go with God. That's all for our hashtag ABCs today. It's time to delve into the dossier. It's time for us to delve into the dossier. Because we don't have this type of time. Let's see what we got in the dossier today. Today, in the dossier, we're starting off with, listen, this thing at last time I checked was a category 5. It was at 180 miles per hour, 180, 185 miles per hour. They said it was like the 4th strongest storm in Atlantic Basin history. And it's careening toward my fair state of Florida. If you are in or around the Tampa Bay area, Hillsborough County, Pinellas County, if you down towards Sarasota, Bradenton, Brandon, Florida, Fort Myers, Florida, get the fuck out now. Listen, it's not coming till Wednesday. Do what you got to do. Listen, you may not be able to get no gas in the city. That's what you do. Get about half a tank. A half a tank of gas should be able to get you far enough away to where you could get to a gas station that might have gas. I'm just going to be honest with you. You mean Pensacola? Pensacola is not, don't have nothing to worry about. Pensacola up there close to Lil Baby. That's up in the Panhandle. They ain't got nothing to worry about up there in Pensacola. But anything on the south, on the west side of the peninsula or that southwest corridor of Florida. Now, the good news is they are forecasting for it to weaken somewhat before making landfall. The bad news is these bastards have been known to be wrong before. We just had Hurricane Helene, which was less than 2 weeks ago. Hurricane Helene was less than 2 weeks ago. This past Thursday made 1 week. We ain't even been 2 weeks since Hurricane Helene. Now, El Cid, they say it's supposed to speed up. Yeah, Tawana, if you're in Jacksonville, go ahead and get out because what's about to happen in Jacksonville, when it goes across the peninsula, Jacksonville and that area, the first coast, which is Jacksonville, Palm Bay, St. Augustine, y'all gonna get all of that storm surge from the other side when it comes across the state. So that area, Daytona Beach, Jacksonville, all of the first coast and part of the Space Coast. If you're in the Space Coast or the first coast, you're probably gonna get all of the storm surge on the back end when it crosses the state and it's pushing the waters back that way. So that's why they're getting those anything in that area in the first coast, they're getting them out of there now. They're leaving now. Yeah, everything in Central Florida is shutting down. This is listen, as someone who lived through a Category 5 hurricane, I lived through Andrew. And this is much stronger than Andrew. Andrew was a Cat 5. It was 165 miles per hour. And I remember we thought we were going to die. Just from the winds. But this is much stronger. Now, they're saying They're saying it's supposed to weaken before it hits and makes a landfall, which it may. However, they also told the people during Hurricane Helene, that hurricane was supposed to go straight up Georgia and then go over to Tennessee, and the hurricane went up South Georgia and then made a beeline going east toward South Carolina and North Carolina and caught all of them people off guard. So I'm just saying, get your ass out of there. Even if you're in Orlando, this hurricane is supposed to basically take a trip up the I-4 corridor. Now, if you're not from Florida and you don't know what the I-4 corridor is, the I-4 corridor, I-4 is a interstate that takes you from Tampa to Orlando to Daytona. So it goes straight through the central part of it goes like almost diagonal through the central part of the state. So it'll take you, start off in Tampa, and it'll drop you off. It'll end in Daytona Beach. So it takes you through major cities. That's millions and millions of people. Even once it makes a landfall, they're saying it could be a low category 4 or a high category 3. Even if that's the case, that area, the Tampa area, hasn't been hit by even a strong Cat 3, not the Tampa area. And they say it's supposed to speed up, which means the Orlando area, Orlando is that close to Tampa. You drive 45 minutes, it's only 45 minutes from Tampa to Orlando. So if once it speeds up, even if it hits at a low category 4, that means that it could still be a Cat 2 hurricane or a Cat 3 hurricane by the time it gets to Orlando. Orlando has never seen anything like that, ever. Because even when, what was that? That came last year through Fort Myers and went through Orlando. Was that Idalia? I think that was Idalia last year that went through Fort Myers area and went up to Orlando. By the time it got to Orlando, it was a weak category 1. It was like a weak category 1 strong tropical storm. So Orlando is not built for that type of stuff. Orlando is in the middle of the state. It's not built for that type of stuff. So you're talking catastrophic storm surge in Tampa, massive power outages. Then you got massive power outages in Orlando, and then you could have a lot of damage in Orlando because their infrastructure isn't built to resist hurricanes in Orlando. Then when it comes off the coast, off the peninsula, and goes into the Atlantic, you got storm surge again on the first coast and the Space Coast. So you're talking southeast Florida probably won't get any real damage. You won't have anything. Anything from about, if the projected path stays the same, anything from Fort Pierce on down south should be good on the eastern side. Everything in the Panhandle west of 75 should be good. But yeah, get out of that. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. What you would rather have happen is you would much rather them project it to be the worst thing in the world and it not, and you not be there, than you be your ass there. It ends up being just as bad as they say it was or worse. And we have a situation like what they got going on in North Carolina. If that thing goes a little bit north of Tampa, you're talking about, with storm surge, basically a wall of water will basically cover up all of Pinellas County. Pinellas County basically is like an island. All of Hillsborough, Pinellas County will be underwater. The entirety of Pinellas County, over there in the ghetto, over there with our people. St. Petersburg, all of that will be underwater. All of it. Get out now. It ain't worth it. I'd rather it weaken and you be like, damn, I could have saved that gas. I'd rather you be complaining about, I'm mad that it wasn't as strong and I wouldn't have to go to what, than you be your ass that thinking it ain't gonna be as strong and then your ass done lost your life. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. So, Simera, it might be, but right now we'll tackle that one when they get here. We'll worry about the next one when they get here. This one is not even 2 weeks after the last category. You just had a category 4 that hit Florida, the Big Bend area. It affected Tampa, St. Pete. You're talking about in less than 2 weeks while people are still cleaning up. It takes months. If you've never been hit by a hurricane, some of y'all may live in areas where you've never been hit by a hurricane. If you get hit by a major hurricane, it literally takes months for cleanup. Months. I'm not exaggerating. Like, people have to cut down trees and you have awnings and roof parts of your roof and everything that's up there. And you have to like stack it in the middle of the street and you have to make, they have a whole schedule for how they, take the debris and the damaged stuff and move it to the dumpster and stuff. That stuff takes months. This ain't even been 2 weeks. They still cleaning up from Helene. I have family in that area. They haven't even fully finished doing insurance claims. Nowhere near. They're just starting those conversations. And now they got to board up again. A mess. Y'all get the hell out of Dodge. It is not worth it. I may sound like an alarmist, and I would rather you think that I'm an alarmist and you get out than you stay and something catastrophic happen. This is happening. It is coming. If you have family in that area, reach out to your family and make sure they get their ass out. Okay? Now, for those of you thinking about moving into areas that are hurricane prone, just a little bit of advice. When you get insurance, homeowners insurance only covers the wind from hurricanes. You still have to get flood insurance, at least in Florida. You still have to get flood insurance to cover any types of flooding. That's one thing they don't tell you a lot of times. If you own a home in Florida, your homeowner insurance usually covers just the wind. But if you have, you have to get an additional flood insurance in order to you have that covered if you have water damage. The other bad part is when you have active hurricanes like this, the raggedy, trifling ass insurance companies, you know what they do? Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper, they turn this shit into an even worse situation because they say, oh, we ain't got enough money to pay all of these insurance premiums or insurance claims, I should say, not premiums. We don't have enough money to pay all these insurance claims. They'll, go to the feds. They have clauses in the federal government where now they don't even have to pay you out. And now you end up having to have some other government funded insurance type program where they give you the bare minimum and don't even cover everything that you were supposed to have covered in your original insurance plan. And it don't matter how long you've been paying insurance. I'm just telling you what I know. I done been through it. Listen, Gabby, I'm telling you, it don't matter what, every insurance company that come to Florida, they be from the big ones to the small ones to the ones who mean well to the ones who trying to scam you out. These things happen. You have multiple storms like this. That is for example, in 2005. In 2005, there was like 4 or 5 hurricanes that hit Florida. All of the insurance companies said, fuck this. We ain't got that kind of money, because it was billions and billions of, they said, oh, we don't have the money to pay out these insurance claims. And so the federal government has different clauses and provisos that protect them. And so they basically get to say, oh, we don't have it. So now you stuck with the state saying, I think one of them ones for the state, somebody in Florida remind me, I think it was Citizens was the one you had to get to cover the damages, and then they only covered the minimum damage. It was a whole mess. It was a mess. So, but yes, we don't got, now is not the time to worry about insurance. You got what you got at this point. Now is the time to get some gas. I would say you may not be able to get a whole tank of gas. Get half a tank of gas and get your ass out, and then get to a place where you can then fill up your tank and then get going. I'm just telling you what I know. Anyway, if you don't hear nothing else from this live, hear this. If you live on the west coast of the peninsula of Florida, get your ass out of Dodge. Go somewhere else. Call me. Send me an email or a DM. I got a lot of friends that's in that area. Now, if you happen to be a man and you real cute, then they might try to do some things while you at their house, but they'll still let you lay up. I'm just saying. I mean, you might have to let them, give you a little service. I mean, that's everybody get a win. You get some service, get some yum yum yum, and you get somewhere to stay. Just saying. Anyway, just saying. Yeah, you can't even insure. Well, they even before governor death sentence, it started with Jeb Bush. When Jeb Bush was governor, he made it. That's when they started to put things in place so you couldn't sue the insurance companies. Rick Scott put more teeth into that, and so did DeSantis. So they're making, because all of their friends working in are insurance company C-suite people. So you said that they will. I ain't saying they're gonna diddy you, but what they might say is, listen, I got a whole couch, extra room, air mattress. Come on, you can go sleep on the couch. Let me rub a little something. You know what I'm saying? Let me rub a little something. Can you show me a little, thigh? Show me a little something. You got to listen. You got to do what you got to do. You try to get. I'm telling you. That's why I said, Tawana, if you got a half a tank of gas will get you. If you live in Tampa, a half a tank of gas should be able to get you to about Ocala, Gainesville area, so you can get gas there, or it'll at least get you to the turnpike. You know what I'm saying? You can at least get to Orlando. Orlando is 45 minutes from Tampa. You can go straight up I-4 and get to Orlando with a quarter of a tank of gas. If you wanted to, you could get to the turnpike or going up 75 with half a tank of gas. That's why I say you might have to leave with half a tank of gas, get to a place where they got more gas, and then just fill up there. Yeah, baby oil. Just when you go to that, listen, when I give you his name, you go to his house, just, go by the stove, bring some baby oil. They got you. They'll take care of you. Just saying. Anyway, we got to move on. Get out now. Today we learned of the death of Sissy Houston. Now, I'm going to be honest, y'all. I didn't even look up how she died. I just figured the lady was 91 years old. So I just figured it's natural causes. I mean, anything once you over about 87, once you're north of like 87 years old, or everything is natural causes. If you have a heart attack, baby, natural causes at that point. Okay. So just saying. So she can go up and be with her daughter and her granddaughter. And she don't got to be making them faces at people while she's singing background and stuff. She ain't got to be doing all of that. I didn't know she had Alzheimer's either. I'm just saying. Now, but Mama could sing now, and Mama could teach. And Mama was a great vocal coach, great singer in her own right. Phenomenal. We're praying for the Houston family, her friends, her loved ones. Girl, Gladys gonna be waiting for you when you get up there to the cross them pearly gates, and you get in that. Not Gladys. Hate Retha gonna be waiting for you up there, sissy, because she gonna be done seeing all the memes that they made when you were singing background for her when she was singing "Rolling in the Deep." Remember when Hate Retha was singing Adele's song "Rolling in the Deep," and you had sissy back there singing background, making all them faces. Yeah, Hate Retha gonna be waiting for you up there, girl. Yeah, Dion up there too. How old Dion? Dion got to be pushing 80. Somebody look up Dion. How old is Dion Ward? Let me see. Okay, Google. How old is Dion Warwick? She's 83. Yeah, I knew she was in her 80s. Child, all her dresses was ill-fitted. After about 1988, all that woman dresses was ill-fitted. I'm just saying. Child. Anyway, but yeah, we're praying our condolences to the Houston family. Man, life well lived. Going on and singing the heavenly choir with your daughter. Y'all can sit right next. Well, y'all won't be sitting next to each other. Well, y'all might. I believe probably when you get back to the heavenly choir, everything probably worked at peak performance. So Whitney might be back in her mezzo soprano phase. So y'all can sit next to each other in the heavenly choir and sing. All right, ma'am. You don't went on with God, so I can't tell you to go with God. That young man ain't the cutest thing in the world. But his name is Jabril Peppers. And Jabril done had a lot going on. So it started, he's a safety for the New England Patriots. It started off with him being arrested Saturday. And he was arrested on multiple charges, which included assault and battery, assault with a dangerous weapon, strangulation, and possession of a Class B substance, reportedly cocaine. Baby, they arrested him in Braintree, Massachusetts, following a disturbance call to the police. Now him and the girlfriend got two different stories. So authorities say, well, it's being reported that he got mad and got violent with her at around 4 a.m. after she got a phone call at 4 a.m. while they was fucking. Apparently, some dude called her at 4 o'clock in the morning while they was fucking, and he got upset and went ballistic on her. Authorities say she stated he demanded she leave his apartment. She demanded that he leave. I'm sorry. He demanded that she leave his apartment and pushed her out of the bedroom while they were both naked. Moments later, she claimed he put his hands on her neck and pushed her head against the wall. That's what she said. The whole time she said he appeared, quote, out of his mind and had a serious expression, end of quote. Also, according to some of the police reports, the 29-year-old was adamant he did nothing wrong. Officials say he told them the woman became enraged with him when he refused to have unprotected sex with her. I just report the stories. Yeah. He said she got mad because he didn't want to raw dog it because she might have been trying to secure the bag. Mama out here like Mariah Mills, okay? Shout out to Mariah Mills. Mama is out here trying to do her big one, secure the bag. What you not gonna do, sir, is come in this good bedroom wearing condoms. I'm just reading the story, y'all. I don't know what y'all want from me. And but according to him, what he wrote in his statement was, quote, well, according to authorities, the authorities wrote in the police report, according to Jabril, the woman kept acting erratic and refused to leave. According to Jabril, the woman fell by herself on the stairs because she was intoxicated. He denied pushing her down the stairs, and he said that she was making those allegations to destroy his career. End of quote. His attorneys said, quote, we have evidence that completely contradicts the alleged victim's story, and I expect my client to be fully exonerated, end of quote. I don't know what y'all want from me. So that was the story from Saturday. Here's the update from today. Remember, I told y'all he's supposed to be arraigned today, right? Here's the update. So I told y'all last Saturday he was taken into custody, right? On suspicion of strangling and using a lethal weapon to attack someone. Cocaine. We have confirmed that cocaine was later found at his home by the police. When the police received a call of a fight between two people at a house, he was taken into custody. Details released to the public today go further and say that medical personnel provided on-site care to the victim. What else we got here? The Braintree Police Department said the following, quote, police received a call about a disturbance at a home in the early hours of Saturday. Jabril Peppers was arrested and will be charged today with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, strangulation, and possession of cocaine. That's the updates. Now, people on the scene are also reporting that he was caught in the act of assaulting this woman. That's why they took him to jail. Mm. I don't know what she looked like. I ain't got no pictures of her Auntie Kim. I don't know what she looked like. But listen, he ain't that cute. I'm just saying. I believe the part that she said, I believe full well he was fucking. She got a text from her other side piece. He saw that text, got mad, and threw her ass out his house naked. She didn't want to leave. He said, "Oh, you getting the fuck out of here, bitch." And he took her, choked her by the arm, by the neck, pushed her head into the wall and said, "You getting your ass the fuck out of here, bitch." And then the neighbors got involved and called. Because I believe when the police got there, they probably saw his handprints around the woman's neck. That's easy to prove. Bruh. Somebody go look her up. I don't know if she white, black, blue, or purple. That's a good question. I should have looked that up for journalistic integrity, but I had too much going on. Somebody will let us know in the chat. Somebody go look up and see what she looked like. Is she descended from the Caucasus Mountains? Somebody go look. Let me go look. Now y'all got me curious. Let me see. Jabril Pepper's girlfriend. I don't see no pictures of her. When I put that in, excuse me, it just got all pictures of him. Yeah, they ain't giving us nothing, little baby. Nothing. Ciao. It'll come out. I'm with you, Chloe. You know she's descended from the Caucasus Mountains. Ciao. We'll find out, sir. I don't know what to tell you. Go with God. Speaking of the white women, the mayonnaise mama is in the news. So the mayonnaise mama is celebrating the fact that she's now the richest female artist and entertainer, surpassing not Hate Retha, but Rihanna. She just surpassed Rihanna as the world's richest female musician. She's now worth reportedly $1.6 billion. This is coming off of the heels of her sold out Eras tour. They say she also holds several hundreds of millions of dollars in real estate holdings. I don't really care. So Rihanna, who previously had a net worth of $1.7 billion because of her cosmetic line and lingerie brand, is now only worth $1.4 billion. Beyonce is not yet a billionaire. She's only worth $760 million. I knew that somebody would ask because you people that are members of the Beehive would ask. Just saying. All right, mayonnaise mama, we don't care for you like that. Go with God. I don't know how this story should have really been in the sugar spike moments. But nevertheless, we're here. Sunday's playoff game between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Diego Padres, didn't go quite as the way they wanted it to go. So, some of the LA Dodgers fans decided that they would get into, because the LA Dodgers and the San Diego Padres got into a little, skirmish. And then the fans decided that they wanted to get involved. And this happened during the bottom of the 7th inning. The Padres left fielder Jurickson Profar started jawing with fans after they threw a baseball back at him after he threw it into the stands. He was understandably upset, leading to his manager Mike Schilt and his teammates coming out to try and calm him down. It wasn't just Profar drawing the ire of the Dodgers fans, according to reports. They started throwing other things at him. I have hold on. I have the video. Do y'all want to see? There's video. Now they're alleging. Hold on, I'm trying to get this. They're alleging that this is that it could be racially motivated. I don't really know. But I have the video. Hold on. Hold your line. Let me get this. Let me cue the video. Hold on. Let me get the video. I should have had the video already queued, but nevertheless, here we are. Here we go. All right, here's the video. Here you go.
The umpires about somebody in the crowd. Remember, Jurickson went into the crowd and robbed a home run earlier, and that's not cool. That is not cool. Ball comes out of the crowd at Profar, and Mike Schilt understandably not happy. Profar is hot. Schilt's out there trying to take him out himself. We've seen the bad blood on the field, the tension on the field, of course, extends to the fan bases as well, but no excuse for what we're seeing right here.
You know, and as teammates, you gotta remind your player, man, this is a big playoff game. You gotta control a little bit of the emotions so that you can take care of business here instead of letting other things get you off your game.
Isn't that hard, though, to go back out there in left field and you're getting
hard.
stuff thrown at you, trying to focus on the game? So if you happen to just tune in and you wonder what the hard feeling.
All right, that's the whole video. Profar, let me tell you something, Profar. Bruh, I got you. You come over here, listen, Profar, I got you. I'm here for you. I am here for you, okay? Profar, please, I'm here for you. You come over here and talk to me. When you come over, oh, the other part of the video was the guy, Profar is the guy you see up here at the top, right? The other guy is his teammate. So he started to kind of get emotional, and they said that he was faking. Now, I love how these white ass people in the goddamn commentator booth saying, oh, well, you got to understand, this is an important game, and you can't let that get the best of you, because your white asses don't have to deal with that kind of shit. Y'all don't have to deal with people doing shit to you when all you're trying to do is do your goddamn job. Y'all don't have to deal with this level of racism and bigotry and all this kind of stuff. It'd be easy for them to say, well, you should just get over it. Well, you do understand you still have a job to do. If a bitch say boo to you white motherfuckers, y'all be ready to fall on the ground and die and you know, ready to get in the fetal position and damn near going on to glory. But we have to endure all kinds of fuck shit, and y'all be expecting us to just go on with life like ain't nothing happened. LC, he can't come lay by you. I got a space right here on in my king size bed for him to lay in. Come on over here. I got you, boo. Girl, I'm gonna move on before I get triggered. Because I feel myself getting triggered. For all of you Spirit Airlines fans, bad news. Spirit Airlines is facing potential bankruptcy amid amid a financial disturbance. On Friday, they announced that they are facing serious financial challenges as their stock values have sharply declined. Were they ever up? Who the fuck is buying stock in fucking Spirit Airlines? Who's buying Spirit Airlines stock? Girl, I get. Let me keep reading. According to the Wall Street Journal, the low-cost airlines is now in discussions about a potential bankruptcy filing amid growing concerns about its financial future. Spirit currently holds $3.3 billion in debt, which weighs heavily on the company as it explores various solutions. In late July, Spirit introduced a series of new benefits aimed at enhancing the customer experience, promising a quote, friendlier, more comfortable, and cost effective travel experience. End of quote. The airlines is also taking cost cutting measures, including furloughing pilots and reducing flight frequencies to help manage its finances. Quote, as we've said, Spirit has been implementing a comprehensive plan to help us better compete, strengthen our balance sheet, and return to profitability. We remain engaged in productive conversations with our bondholders and are focused on securing the best outcome for the business as quickly as possible. End of quote. And that's according to CEO Ted Christie. Let me tell you something, Spirit Airlines. First of all, when we watch it every other day, bitches who work for Spirit Airlines fighting customers and shit. What the fuck you think gonna happen? Y'all be out here, you talk about play knuck if you buck. These motherfuckers that work for Spirit is about that life. Every time you see some shit go on, it's motherfucking Spirit Airlines. Now, what you should also understand, Spirit, is when you charge Lasha Quante, Rufus, and the rest of the gang $29 round trip for a flight from Atlanta to Las Vegas, you should expect for these people to want to fight when they get to the airlines thinking they only paying $29, only to know that you rat ass bastards finna charge them another $300 in additional fees for bags, fees to print their ticket, fees to sit in a seat, fees to breathe, fees because we got a bathroom on the airplane, fees because we got to put fuel. I mean, they charge you for everything. Hey, Amber. So when they get down there, you tell them, oh yeah, it was $29, but in order to really get on the flight, you got to pay this extra $300 in fee. What the fuck you think they're gonna do? Bitches gonna want to whoop y'all ass. And then you got trifling ass, stank ass attitude having ass, people at the little the desk when you go to get your plane tickets and shit. The fuck you think gonna happen? Let that shit burn to the ground. Right? They got fees for everything. Fees for the carry-on bag. How the fuck we paying for the carry-on? Fees because we have to have our flight attendants read you these safety instructions. What? You got to pay a fee for us to close the door. Wait, what? Because the pilots had to press the ignition to turn this bitch on, you got to pay a fee for that. Like, it's a fucking mess. No, LC, here's the funny part. Tell me why I fly Delta. I'm either Delta. Maybe if Delta can't get me where I want the right way, I might slum it up with Spirit. I might slum it up with, not Spirit, with Southwest. I might slum it up with Southwest. If I'm trying to get there for cheap, I might slum it up with Southwest. But I'm normally 90% of the time you find me on Delta because I'm a Delta girl. But tell me why I'm always on Delta and there's always Spirit Airlines people flying. Even on Southwest sometimes. Like them Spirit people be like, bitch, I ain't flying that shit. I work for them hoes. I know them hoes ain't shit. I'm not flying on that shit. So whenever I see the Spirit Airlines people flying, they be flying everybody else airlines but they own. Girl, that's a damn mess. Child. L City, is your mama, yeah, like y'all to say, do your mama be fighting the people? Cause them Spirit Airlines people be fighting. They listen, they be about that life. Say the wrong thing if you want to, see if you can get slapped in the mouth real quick. Baby, when I tell you, you'll get your ass slapped real fast. We know you're a Delta girl, Ravine, and we love you for your Crimson and Cream. I'm not talking about that type of Delta girl. Child. I flew Spirit one time in the year of our Lord 2015, and I would never do it again. That's all I needed was that one time. Oh, I was so mad. Child. Anyway, y'all, Spirit, we well, listen, we don't have nothing for you, Spirit. Go with God. We don't got nothing for you. Robert Sylvester is in the news. Now, why is Robert Sylvester in the news? I'm glad you asked. So apparently, the Supreme Court of these yet to be United States of America denied his attempt to overturn convictions after he was found guilty of several sex crimes. This is according to CNN. He was previously sentenced to 30 years in prison after being convicted of sex trafficking in New York back in 2021. 2 years later, he was sentenced to 23 years in prison for a child pornography conviction. In his appeal, he claimed that the statute of limitations blocked the claims against him. Federal prosecutors never officially responded. But you should know that the Supreme Court ruled, yes, sir, we're not here for your fuck shit. Sit your ass down in jail and wait for Diddy to get to your wing, okay? Hey, Angela. Not with fresh crab legs. All right, since you got my crab legs, then I might let you come to class late. Child. Girl. I don't know what you want from us, Robert. It's over. You thought you was going to go over there to Clarence Thomas? You thought you was going to step in the name of love over there down with Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito and Neil Gorsuch? You thought they was going to help you out? Bruh. Listen, I guarantee you it probably was a unanimous decision. And the Supreme Court ain't had a unanimous decision on nothing in a long time. Go sit your ass down in the fucking jail. Go sit in between your boo thing legs and let them braid your hair like in the video. Come on and braid my hair. Come on and braid my hair. My hair. Yeah, go ahead and sit between your boo thing legs and let him braid your hair. Child. You say we finna get a whole bad boy? Listen, that album, Quiet as It's Kept, is gonna be fire. Y'all gonna have Diddy and Robert Sylvester making an album from jail. Quiet as It's Kept. I might get the album. I mean, they already in jail. Somebody was like, well, you don't want to get them to get no money because that's gonna help them out in jail. The bitch is in jail. The Supreme Court said he ain't getting out. What do you want from me? The man is paying his penance for the crimes that he was convicted of. What do you want from me? I know you're going to tell me not to listen to the album, but listen, should I be, robbed of great music I'm just saying. Listen, when I tell you that album finna be fire, y'all know y'all gonna listen to it too. Don't go out here acting like if they had a collab album from jail, y'all wouldn't have y'all ass down to the Spotify streaming it. I'm just saying. Child, you say you go illegally download it, child. Child. Why we got to let 12 Play go? 12 Play is one of the greatest albums ever written. Child. Speaking of which, don't forget we got to do the year in music this year. I don't know how good the year is. Some of y'all might like it. Anyway, Robert Sylvester, we have nothing else for you. Go, Scott. Speaking of Diddy, since y'all brought him up, that's Bobby Shmurda. So, Bobby Shmurda had some things to say about Jay-Z and Rock Nation and about Meek Mills and Diddy and everything. He said he had some things to say. So he questioned the legitimacy of the rumors surrounding an alleged relationship between Meek Mill and Diddy during a recent interview with the Danza Project. Here's what he had to say. Now, I'm going to do my best with this, y'all, because y'all know these people, the way this is a transcription of what he said, and sometimes you can't barely understand what they be saying. I'm going to try. Okay, here we go. Quote, I'm going to tell you what's going on with Meek. I left the team that Meek was on. Meek left the team. If you leave that team, they come for you. It's like a relationship with these labels. It's like leaving a girl with a lot of power. She's going to try to make your life a living hell. She's like, we own the internet. We're going to spread all the rumors about you. I'm going to pay for 3,000 comments making jokes. They tried to call me gay. I fucked the most bitches ever. Like, come on, for real. I'm not even mad at them doing it. It be the niggas that believe it. End of quote. L Teddy, let me ask you a question, L Teddy. How the fuck did this not make it into the hashtag ABCs? Why is this a story, L Teddy? Why is this not a part of the fucking hashtag ABCs? That's what I want to know, L Teddy. That's what the fuck I want to know, L Teddy. How the fuck did this not make it into the goddamn hashtag ABCs, L Teddy? That's the question of the day. I don't care. I don't care, Bobby Shmurda. I don't. I don't. Sir, go with God. In more airline news, so this morning they had an issue down to the Atlanta Hartsfield Airport, and they said it was fucking pandemonium. So apparently there were some issues with the plane train. A computer problem with the plane train that shuttles passengers between concourses at Atlanta's Hartsfield International Airport this morning caused bottlenecks and confusion as people scrambled to get to their gates at the world's busiest airport. Listen, let me tell you something. Now they said it went back to normal shortly after noon, but this is Monday morning at Atlanta Hartsfield. Do you know how many tens of thousands of people are at that airport that time of morning on a fucking Monday morning. Let me tell you something. Here's the best way I can describe to you the insanity of Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. If you watch like the Nature Channel and you watch when they do the little things with the ants and they go inside the ant colony and it's nothing but millions of ants crawling all over each other, going places. Everybody know where they're going. Everybody got something to do, but the shit looks like just fucking chaos, just a ball of fucking ants. That's what the fuck goes on. First of all, the plane train is the worst thing in the world because everybody tries to catch it because the fucking terminals are too fucking far apart. And then you pack your ass on there. Motherfuckers is breathing on you. Motherfuckers is pushing into you. Motherfuckers is, oh my God. Then you got the train is already filled with 1,012 people. And then you got, as the doors closes, some fat bastard go try and jump on the plane. I mean, on the plane train with y'all like they can fit. No, bitch, it's full. Wait for the next one. I can't even imagine having to walk. I'm gonna tell you what it's like. I can imagine it. You know why I can imagine it? Because if you've ever been to Charlotte's airport, Charlotte, North Carolina, that's the worst airport in the world. Let me tell you why Charlotte is the worst. Charlotte Airport is, I think it's American Airlines have their hub there, right? Their airport is just as big as Atlanta, but guess what? They ain't got no train. Their airport is just as big as Atlanta. Problem is, they don't have no train. And you got to foot it everywhere. You literally have to foot it. That airport is the worst experience I've ever had in my life. Like, they don't have as many people in their airport as Atlanta does, but in terms of the size and the distance between the terminals, it's just the same. You never have a connector flight that's close. It's always the furthest possible point. So, and they have the little signs at the top that says 20 minutes to Terminal C, 35 minutes to Terminal D, 40 minutes to Terminal F. They don't be lying either. I'm telling you, the numbers are accurate. Fuck around and have a fucking layover at Charlotte International Airport that's less than an hour. Okay, you won't be making that one. You will not be making that connector flight. Not in no fucking Charlotte. The way you have to foot it in that airport, that's ungodly. It's ungodly. Philadelphia is not as bad to me because Philadelphia is not that big. Now, LAX is a nightmare. It's almost as bad as Atlanta. O'Hare in Chicago is also a nightmare and almost just as bad as Atlanta. Orlando's airport is also awful. You say you got to catch a bus at the Newark airport? Listen, I still rather catch that bus than deal with what I got to deal with than footing it at the Charlotte. That Charlotte airport, I can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. So I can't even imagine what they was dealing with this morning because at least Charlotte, there's not as many people in the airport. Atlanta on a Monday morning is probably the busiest place in America. Let me tell you, I'm just going to be honest. And you telling me the plane train ain't working? Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, no, ma'am. Oh, no, ma'am. A mess. We got to move on. So I told y'all I don't want to hear no more Diddy news until I get some names. Well, we got a story. that got some names. Now, this is all alleged. I'm going to preface this story by saying that this is all alleged. I'm going to preface the story by letting you know up front that this woman, all of her lawyers, decided that they were no longer going to represent her. I'm just going to read the story, and I'm going to let y'all do with it what y'all want. Now, I got this from a source that is pretty credible. Like the place I got this from is a credible source. I'm just going to read the story and let y'all go from here. New allegations have emerged linking former President Donald J. Trump to embattled music mogul Sean Diddy Combs and his wild parties. The claims come from Adria Sherry English, an adult entertainer who recently filed a civil lawsuit against Combs, accusing him of orchestrating freak-off parties where she was allegedly forced to perform sexual acts with guests. English, who claims to have worked for Combs for 5 years, said that the 45th president attended at least one of these notorious parties and she saw him. I'm just reading the story, y'all. She claims she was initially paid to perform, but found herself being forced to have unwanted sexual encounters at several of these high-profile gatherings held in exclusive venues like the Hamptons. Combs' white parties were legendary for attracting A-list celebrities and politicians, and even clergy members. Here's where it gets bad, y'all. Oh, no, I got the names, Tracy. I got them right here. Here's where it gets bad. In an interview with the Daily Mail, English, 46, said she frequently saw prominent figures in attendance. Quote, these are her words and not mine. Quote, I saw Busta Rhymes there. I saw Ja Rule there. I saw Diana Ross there with her son, Evan, who was underage. I saw Paris Hilton and Reverend Al Sharpton. I still wonder why Reverend Al Sharpton was there. End of quote. That's what she revealed, although she never said that these people were involved in any nefarious activities. Although she didn't mention actor Denzel Washington, U.S. Weekly reported that a supposed source said the Oscar-winning star once attended a Diddy party with his wife and even chastised Diddy for being disrespectful to his guests. Miss English, whose attorneys recently dropped her case, was eager to highlight Trump's attendance at these events. While her claims might be shocking to some, Trump's involvement with the hip hop community isn't entirely out of the blue. The former president has been mentioned in over 60 rap songs, and they list all of the songs. I don't need to do that. Where are we at? That's basically the whole of it. I don't see them. I'm looking for more names. Yeah, that's all I have. Now, listen, y'all. I just read the story. She say who beat her box in, so I don't know. Busta Rhymes was your hall pass? Child, Yana, I heard it's real regular. That's what I was told by a reliable source. The reliable source that told me, I'm not going to mention her name, but she could go around. She could go around singing that song, Titties on the Top and Dick at the Bottom. She could sing that song if she wanted to, but she says real regular. Not small, but real regular. That's what she told me. Oh, yes, it can be regular. There's a lot of people with regular meat out here with a bunch of kids. Listen, I just report the news. Now, ma'am, if you out here letting Donald John bust up in you, you just nasty. That's nastier than the baby oil. Like, girl, did he? You got Donald John. Did he? Listen, did he? All jokes aside, I expect if you having a freak off party, that the people at your freak off parties are people who us normal people would want to do something with. Okay. At no point would I ever expect that when the regular Diddy party transitions to the freak off party and y'all go up to the top floor to start the freak off party, never do I imagine that Donald John is up in those rooms. I'm just saying. That's just nasty. I just can't. Right, Xavier, like, we're gonna let Diddy hit before we let Donald John. Ew. Girl, I can't. That just turned my whole taste off. Now I'm glad that I ain't get it. If Donald John was at these parties, I'm glad my ass wasn't invited. Nope, don't want no part. I promise you, the party is over. When that bitch walk in, the party is over. Let me move on because my stomach can't take this. Go with God. Where's Larry? Larry, if we didn't ever need you before, Larry, we need you now, Larry. Larry, if we never needed you before, we need you now, dear God. This is taking a turn. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience, I bring to you the great Larry Myers so we can usher in this good Sugar Spike segment. Dear God.
Oh God. Wow! You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So loved the world, I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And wow! Shall ever believe.
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus! I wish somebody help me.
Jesus. Now, I told y'all know this story. I told y'all if I ever get updates on this story that I would bring it to y'all. So while I was out this weekend, there was an update to the story with Daryl George. Now, those of you all who've been rocking with me, y'all know I've been following this story for well over a year now. We've been on top of this story with Daryl George from its inception, from the very beginning, before any of the major news outlets was on it. We were on this story. This is a story that really hits home for me and enrages me every time I talk about it. And we have stayed on top of this story. So I do have an update. Let me read the update for you. A federal judge on Friday denied a request by a black high school student in Texas for a court order that the student's lawyers say would have allowed him to return to his high school without fear of having his previous punishment over his hairstyle resume. Daryl George had sought to re-enroll at his Houston area high school at the Barbers Hill School District after leaving at the start of his senior year in August because district officials were set to continue punishing him for not cutting his hair. George had spent nearly all of his junior year serving in school suspension over his hairstyle. The district has argued that George's long hair, which he wears to school in tied and twisted locks on top of his head, violates its policy because if let down, it would fall below his shirt collar. eyebrows, or earlobes. Daryl George, 19, had asked U.S. District Judge Jeffrey Brown in Galveston to issue a temporary restraining order that would have prevented district officials from further punishing him if he returned and while a federal lawsuit he filed proceeds. But in a ruling issued late Friday afternoon, Judge Brown denied Daryl George's request, saying that the student and his lawyers had waited too long to ask for the order. George's request had come after Brown in August dismissed most of the claims the student and his mother had filed in their federal lawsuit, alleging school district officials committed racial and gender discrimination when they punished him. The judge only let the gender discrimination claim stand. In his ruling, Judge Brown said he also denied George's request for a temporary restraining order because the school district was more likely to prevail in the lawsuit's remaining claim. Judge Brown's ruling was coincidentally issued on Daryl George's 19th birthday. Allie Booker, an attorney for Daryl George and a spokesperson for the a spokesperson for the Barbers Hill School District, did not immediately return calls to news outlets. Daryl George's lawyer said the student left, and we know the story. It then goes into the story of what happened with him. We listen. We've been following this, y'all. This travesty. Here's what I'd like for my suggestion to the mom: continue to pursue justice and see this case out, but you're going to have to homeschool him. Because I believe in racist ass Texas, even if she tried to go to private school, some of those people are just as racist and they will continue with the same level of fuck shit. So I think you should homeschool him, or they have other programs, alternative diploma programs that you can do online. Have him finish that out, and he can get an actual diploma and not a GED, but an actual diploma, but still see this case through. Because remember, there was a young man that was before Daryl George, and even after Daryl George, there's going to be more young men that fall into this case. Now, y'all know I've been touting from the beginning what this was about, and Black people in Texas kind of fell asleep at the wheel on this. When a lot of the school districts started to implement this in Texas, it had nothing to do with Black people. And the Crown Act did start with Black people and their hair. But what I'm saying is, when a lot of the school districts started making these rules about the length of hair, it wasn't about the dreadlocks. It was about them trying to stop trans girls, boys who were transitioning to be trans girls, from being dressed or appearing as a female. So Texas school districts were passing laws that said boys can't have their hair a certain length, because if it's a certain length, then you could come looking like a girl. That's what the rule was about, implemented for. So it was aimed at the LGBTQ plus community, ended up hitting Black people haphazardly, and white people saw that as their opportunity. This is a mess. A mess. A mess. Young man spent his whole junior year in indoor suspension. The only reason they say he spent part of his junior year, the only part he wasn't in school suspension, was the first week of school. Let me move on. I'm getting triggered. I got to move on. Y'all know I've been on this case from the beginning because I'm about to get triggered. Today is October 7th. And there are remembrances happening over in Israel to commemorate the those who were killed at the Nova Music Festival on October 7th. There are also equally commemorations by pro-Palestinians as well, and members of the Palestinian community, because while there were 1,200 people killed and 250 abducted in Israel, at this point we've had 41 plus thousand Palestinians killed and 97,000 injured, although they say that 41,000 and that 97,000 are gravely underestimated. Gravely underestimated. So while we should commemorate the 1,200 who lost their lives on October 7th, we should equally commemorate the tens of thousands of innocent lives that have also been lost since then in a senseless war. And we know at this point it's expanded over into the West Bank, over into Lebanon. A mess. Let me move on because y'all know I get real triggered by this. I just wanted to put that out there. In more news involving Palestinians, now this is not good news for Kamala Harris. Vice President Harris is facing growing signs that Arab Americans and Muslim voters are souring on her in the key battleground states of Michigan and Georgia as anger rises over the expanding conflict in the Middle East. A poll from the Arab American Institute showed former President Trump leading Harris with those voters by 4 points nationally, amid criticism of the Biden administration's handling of Israel's wars against Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza. The survey comes as Trump and third-party candidate Jill Stein, such as Jill Stein, have stepped up outreach to more than 200,000 Arab Americans and Muslims in Muslim voters in Michigan, one of 7 key battlegrounds that could determine who wins the White House. Meanwhile, in Georgia, leaders have begun sounding the alarm that more than 150 Arab American and Muslim voters there might not turn out in a state President Biden won by fewer than 12,000 votes in 2020. Bernie Sanders is on record. Not Bernie Sanders, Jim Zogby, who is the founding director of the Arab American Institute and a former advisor to Bernie Sanders. He said, quote, "There's double trouble that has to be addressed, both the ongoing situation in Gaza, but also the now new circumstance created in Lebanon. I don't know where Harris's majority comes from. If you're losing a percentage of non-white voters, a percentage of young voters, and a significant percentage of Arab American voters, I don't know where you get the rest from," end of quote. Y'all know I've been on record with this, y'all. I've been on record with this. The problem, this was always going to be Kamala Harris's Achilles heel. This was as much as they talk about the economy. The reason that this was always going to be her Achilles heel is, when they talk about Trump being having more favorability with the economy and all of those things, that wasn't going to sway voters one way or another because people were pretty much cemented. If you're a Democrat, you think Kamala Harris is on the right pace with that. If you're a Republican, you think Trump. That's how that was going to go. And that wasn't going to be the sole reason why people vote. But the issue going on over there in Gaza is a reason why Arab Americans will choose not to vote or vote some other way. It is a reason why many of the young voters who are out there risking their careers in college to protest what's going on. We quickly forget, the news cycle moves pretty quickly. We're forgetting that thousands and thousands and thousands of these young people have been protesting for months now, many of them risking enrollment at their respective colleges and universities just to make a statement about what's going on over there in Gaza with the war on Hamas. Then you had the DNC. You remember they asked to have at least one pro-Palestinian person come and speak, and the DNC told them no. This was after Kamala had started to make up a lot of ground with young voters and the Arab community and the uncommitted. She had started to make up ground, but that first strike with her and the DNC not allowing them to have anybody speak, that was a strike. You now have her, every time she speaks on it, she does not differ at all from President Biden. Everything she says on this Israel-Hamas situation mirrors what President Biden has been saying, which would lead people to believe that there's going to be no change. And then you have this thing getting worse with, now you got Lebanon and Hezbollah involved. Iran's going to be involved. You got every country over there is saying Israel should not be doing this. Hell, yesterday, the president Macron of France put on record, we're no longer sending weapons to Israel. We have ceased from sending weapons over to Israel because we look weak and hollow as hell saying that we want a ceasefire, but sending weapons. So they said they will no longer send weapons over there. But we're still sending weapons, money. As a matter of fact, just today, they increased the amount of money that they would send to Israel. Now the amount of money that we're sending over there is more than we've given in the last 35 years. We're in the tens of billions of dollars now. So, and people are saying, well, it is what it is, let them not vote. 200,000 votes in Michigan is a lot. 150,000 votes in Georgia, a state right now that's toss-up, but toss-up leaning Republican, is a lot of votes. Yes, you could perhaps make up for Michigan with North Carolina, should you win North Carolina, but that's based on you actually winning North Carolina. But then you have to make up for Georgia. And then if you're talking about losing more and more of the young vote in some of these close states, you got, like the guy said, you got to make those votes up somewhere. And I keep telling y'all, if we go to war prior to, we have what? 29 days. Today makes 29 days until the election, right? 29 days. If we go to full-scale war in the next 28 days, I promise you how this is going to go. They're going to vote Donald Trump back in. This is and that is the problem. Kamala, every time she speaks on this, and rightfully so, every press, every news outlet, everybody always asks, hey, what is your stance on Israel? How do you feel? You're about to be the next president. They're going to ask you about that. They know that's an issue that you're weak on. Why wouldn't they? And now you basically given full-throated I'm lockstep and key with Biden on this. Every time you speak, your first words are, "We believe Israel deserves the right to defend itself." They're not defending themselves at this point. They're on the offense. I keep telling y'all that. This is a mess. A mess. Now, I'm not saying that she's going to lose, but what I'm saying is in a race that was already going to be close, why are you doing things to lose votes? Let me move on, but because I'm gonna start saying unpopular things. Let me move on. In our last sugar spiky stories, we're in the great state of Oregon. I keep telling y'all, up there, Oregon and the state of Washington, while it's allegedly a part of the blue wall, the Western blue wall, they still as racist as they are in the deep South. Let me read this story to you. David Douglas High School in Portland, Oregon is proud of its diversity and strong athletic program. Several Olympians, all-star athletes, and NFL running back Claxton Welch are among its alums. But this season, the football team at the largest high school in the state has faced such blatant and shocking racism that its players have been in tears. Quote, "I've coached and played all around the nation and also have played or coached internationally. Never have I witnessed the level of racism on the playing field." End of quote. And that's according to assistant coach Marcel Frazier. David Douglas's football team has competed in 3 away games against rival high schools in Oregon so far this season. Each game has brought a deplorable barrage of racial hate speech and behavior, according to Coach Frazier. He says black players have been subjected to monkey sounds, chants of the N-word, and being called King Kong, among other slurs. In the most recent bizarre incident, a cake was thrown into an audience of Douglas fans to create chaos during a game against Adrian C. Nelson High School in Happy Valley. Quote, "We had a cake thrown in the stands at players' parents, as well as monkey sounds being chanted at a coach." End of quote. The high school confirmed the incident, calling it, quote, "both unsafe and highly disrespectful," end of quote, in an official statement. Adrian C. Nelson High School promised that the students involved would be held accountable. Quote, "Based on where the cake was thrown, we believe the students were not targeting a specific person or individual, but were trying to create chaos among the David Douglas fans, which is inexcusable." End of quote. And that's from the Adrian C. Douglas High School administration. During a game against Forest Grove High School on the edge of the Portland metro area, an unidentified man drove up to the team's bus after the game and made ape sounds and gestures before driving off. Local police are currently investigating the incident and working to track down the culprit. The racist attacks have continued at an away game at Rex Putnam, an international baccalaureate high school. Coach Frazier recounted how racial slurs brought a player to tears. The game came to a stop as he sought out his coach to report it. Coach Frazier asked him, quote, "What's going on, man?" And says that in tears, the player said, "They're calling me the N-word, coach." And that's a direct quote from the coach about what his player said. After the game was halted, Rex Putnam's athletic director was informed of the incident, but no one was pulled from the field. Adrian C. Nelson High School principal Greg Harris confirmed that a similar incident happened at his school. Quote, "A Davis Douglas athlete reported hearing the N-word used on the field. The game was paused with officials addressing coaches and coaches then addressing players, but the officials were unable to determine where the language originated. End of quote. End of quote. And there's just story after story after story. According to U.S. News and World Report ranking, 69% of David Douglas's student body identifies as minority, and 73% of students are economically disadvantaged. Coach Frazier noted how racist bullying exacerbates their vulnerability. So this is a black high school. This is the high school where all the black kids go. A mess. A mess. A damn mess. This is why I keep telling y'all, the children are not our future. The children ain't shit. They are just as racist as their great-grandparents. I didn't say just as racist as their parents. They're just as racist as their great-grandparents. Just as racist as their great-grandparents. Moving on, it's time for Kornaki's Khakis Corner. Now, in Kornaki's Khakis Corner today, rather than look at one race, we're going to look at all of the races in the House, the U.S. House of Representatives, that are considered toss-ups, okay? So all of the races that we will look at will be toss-up races. So you'll see here, I have the list. This is the list of all of the toss-up races. Now, on the left in blue are the Democrat toss-up races. On the right in red are the Republican toss-up races. So that means the person holding the seat is either a Democrat on the left or a Republican on the right, and that seat could go either way. So, there's a district that crosses Arkansas and Alabama with Peltola in blue. If they're in italics, that's a freshman Congress member. We have a Colorado. I'm sorry, that's the Arkansas district, but it's not Arkansas and Alabama. I apologize. That's the Arkansas district. I forgot the actual district number. They just put AL there, but I did get the number. I forgot it. That's Peltola in Colorado. We have Caravelle in Maine. We have Golden in we have an open seat in Michigan, another open seat in Michigan. We have a North Carolina seat, District 1 with Davis. New Mexico, we have District 2 with Vasquez. In Ohio, we have District 13 with Sykes. In Pennsylvania, we have District 7 with Wild. We have District 8 with Cartwright. In Washington, we have District 3 with Perez. On the Republican side, these are seats we could win. We have Arizona with Schweikert. In also in Arizona, we have Siscomani. In California, we have District 13 with Duarte. We have District 22 with Valadeo. We have District 27 with Garcia, District 41 with Calvert, and District 45 with Steele. In Iowa, we have District 1 with Miller Meeks and District 3 with Nunn. In Nebraska, we have District 2 with Bacon. In New Jersey, we have District 7 with King Jr. In New York, we have District 4 with D'Esposito. He ain't shit. We have District 17 with Lawler and District 19 with Molinaro. And in Oregon, we have District 5 with Chavez DeReamer. These are all, if you fall in that district, if this is your voting district, know that these are toss-up and they could go either way. So encourage your people that live in these areas to go out and vote. A lot of these Republican races we can flip and get the House back blue. All right. For our video breakdown today. Now, because I was rushing today, I don't have a lengthy palette cleanser section. So I found like 2 or 3 videos that hopefully will help make up for it. The fact that I only have a few palette cleansers.
Este o este, échale saliva, se fue. Este o este, échale saliva, se fue.
That was our first video. Here's the second video.
Baby, tonight it's gonna get nasty. I want you at the tip of my tongue, all down your body. No, my face is your pony. Ooh, and I want you to ride it, so I can drink your rivers down. You quench my thirst, babe. No, I'm taking you out.
All right, and here's the last video for the day.
Se quería pegar, puso la espalda contra la pared. Y si yo bajo, sabes que le haré. Tú quieres, mami. Se le viran los ojos. La miro y se relambe. Él pinta labios rojos.
All right. That was supposed to make up for the fact that I don't have as many palette. I got palette cleansers, just not like 50 or 60 like I normally have. All right. Hey, man. It's time for the year of music. Oh, wait. I don't think I changed. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Oh, no, I did it. I thought I didn't put the year. Okay. It's time for the year of music. What year do you think we'll do? Where's Montrez? Montrez, this your favorite segment. Montrez, what year we doing? Y'all put in the chat what year y'all think we doing in the year of music. This has become y'all favorite segment. Y'all love this segment. Nessa say 1999. Xavier says 05. Not 1854. I'm not doing this with Angela. I'm not doing this with y'all. Ciao. Hey, Black Boy George, what's going on? What year are we doing, y'all? It's the year in music. What year are we doing this year? What year y'all think we about to do? Black Boy George say 1987. I think we did 1987. Black Boy George. All right, since y'all don't want to guess, the year is the year of our Lord, 2003. The year is 2003. How old were you in the year of our Lord, 2003? Let the people know in the chat. Child, in 2003, child, I was in my early 20s, young, dumb, and full of cum. Child. Actually, I was in a relationship. I was. Child. 2003 is the year. All right, let's get to for those people new here. Some people might be new here. They may not know. It is. When we do the year in music, we take a year and we look at the best 10 R&B albums, not singles. We talking full albums. Now, how do we get here? It's based on chart topping, critically acclaimed, whether the people in the neighborhood see it for it. All of those things are added up, and that's how we come up with the list from 1 to 10. So, This is R&B albums now. At number 10, Ashanti's After the Storm. This wasn't a bad album, y'all. This was not a bad album. When I looked at the playlist, at the track list for this album, a lot of people like So Gone. That was but Get It Off was my shit. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Get It Off was my shit in this album. Do you hear me? That was my favorite song on this album. Knock Knock was a good song. But the best song on this album was Get It Off. That was the best song on this album. This your favorite Monica album? Montrez? I expect better from you, Montrez. Monica's best album is still the first album. That's her best album. Let's be clear. Oh, so this your album, Montrez. This your album? Okay. Oh, I said Ashanti, and I meant to say Monica. Oh, I said Ashanti. She do kind of look like Ashanti right there. I meant Monica. Y'all know I meant Monica. It say Monica on the screen. Y'all know I meant Monica. I said Ashanti. She do look like Ashanti right there a little bit. But this was an okay album. This was around the time when Monica tried to start writing for herself, and it just went all the hell in a handbasket. The album after this was definitely trash. Number 9, the Isley Brothers, Body Kiss. Now listen, Keep It Flowing is my shit. Keep it flowing, baby. Ooh, keep it flowing, baby. Listen, Nessa know what I'm talking about. Keep It Flowing in Miami-Dade County gets heavy rotation, okay? Heavy rotation. Down to the 305, the Keep It Flowing used to get heavy rotation. I'm just trying to tell you what I know. Superstar was actually also a good song off this album. Superstar was a good song off this album too. I'm just saying. But that Keep It Flowing, that's Miami right there. That's straight Miami right there. I'm trying to tell you. This was a good album, Isley Brothers. Good album. Busted was good too. Number 8, Erykah Badu, Worldwide Underground. This album was just, it was just okay for me. It made it to number 8. I mean, shit. But it was just okay for me. I did like Think Twice. Back in the Day was okay. And Woo is good. Think Twice is good. But you say Danger is still a classic? Listen, most people for this album, you either really like this album or you don't like it at all. I don't know nobody that's really in between. I'm just saying. People either really like this album or they don't like it at all. But that's Erykah Badu, number 8, Worldwide Underground. Number 7, R. Kelly's Chocolate Factory. Now, if you remember, with the Chocolate Factory, you got the bonus CD with the Chocolate Factory. I remember that. From this album, I mean, this had the Step in the Name of Love on it, but this wasn't one of those, oh my God, R. Kelly album. I mean, you had Ignition, hit the remix to Ignition, Hot and Fresh Out the Kitchen, got me rolling that body, every man in there wishing, you know. The people love this album. Now, let's be clear. R. Kelly was, was R. Kelly at that point. And but this not my favorite R. Kelly album. It's not a bad R. Kelly album. It's not bad at all, but not my favorite one. Not my favorite. That's number 7. Number 6, Khalees, Tasty. Now listen, everybody knows milkshake. Why? Because my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you, but I have to charge. But my shit on this album is fucking Millionaire. Let me help you understand something. Millionaire on this album was I would always play Milkshake, let's be clear. I would follow Milkshake up with Millionaire. Please be clear. Oh, that was my shit. Child. Glow was a good song too. Glow was actually really good too. Glow was good too. So yeah, good album, Khalees. Good album. Probably, I don't know if it's her best. I don't know if the album before this. I think the album before this is her best album, but some people might say this is her best album. I don't know. I'll let you tell me. Cha. Number 5 is Luther's Dance with My Father. Now, this was the last album before Luther got gravely ill and died. What year? I think Luther died, 2005? I think Luther died in 2005. Yeah, I think Luther died in 2005. So this was that last album that Luther did. Remember Garcelle Beauvais was in the video for oh, that wasn't. You know what I'm thinking about? Can I Take You Out Tonight? Was that on this album? This was her and she did have the feature with Beyonce Skank. You got her and Beyonce Skank on The Closer I Get to You. You did have that. Yeah, this was Luther's last, but this is Luther's last album. This is Luther's last album before he went on to be went on to glory. Went on to glory. Number 4 is Ashanti For Real this time with Chapter 2. I've never been an Ashanti fan, so it's never gonna be an Ashanti fan. I mean, an album that I'll be like, "Ooh, that was my shit." Y'all like Rain on Me, Rain on Me. Oh God, Ashanti's voice gets on my nerves, so I'm never gonna you never gonna get me to side with you with Ashanti. Listen. What else was on this album? I listen, I'll let y'all have it. I'll let y'all have it with Ashanti. Y'all loves her. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all loved her. I ain't really care for her. Anyway, Ashanti, go we got Ashanti. Number 3 is Mary J. Blige, Love and Life. Now, Mary back in these days, that was, over 20 years ago, was still trying to give you sex appeal, okay? Mary says she was in it. She had them broke up with I think she had to already broke up with KC from Jodeci. Remember, she was getting her ass beat out the frame. So at this point, I think this was just after the breakup. Mm-hmm. This album was not bad. This album was not bad. Not bad at all. So, but yeah, I think this was, I want to say this was right after, not long after she broke up with, or maybe the album before this was right after she broke up. What year did No More Drama come out? I think No More Drama was the album right after she broke up with KC. Okay. Okay, Mary. Number 2. Beyonce, Dangerously in Love. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I guess, child. Well, let me take that back. To me, at this point, I was excited about Beyonce's career. I thought she could do well. The beat, look, so Jeff ain't been in the chat the whole fucking time, and now all of a sudden we mention Beyonce, and here he come with some bees. I'm just about to give this hooker a goddamn compliment, and here he go with the fucking bees and shit. Girl. Crazy in Love is her signature song. When you think Beyonce, I don't care. When I think Beyonce, the first song that I associate Beyonce with is is Shaking That Ass. That's the first thing I associate that whore with. Listen, I'm gonna talk good about Beyonce. This is a rare occasion, okay? Write it down, so Jeff. Xavier, pay attention. Don't never say I ain't never get this a compliment. But let me tell y'all something. The first single off this album was Crazy in Love, right? When that video first came out, and that bitch got her ass, she was in the alleyway or something like that. That bitch got in that goddamn alleyway, put her hands up, and started shaking that ass. Oh, I think the entirety of the black race went with her and said, yes, bitch. And I said, yes, bitch. Jay-Z brought his ass out there. That's how you knew at that point she was getting her back blown out by his 2x4 sized ass dick. You knew she was getting her back blown out by him at that point. This album, to me, my favorite album is the second album. That's my favorite Beyonce album, the second album. But to me, this album has the most hits that I like. This album has the most Beyonce songs that I'd be like, ooh, yeah, that's a good song. Crazy in Love was good. Naughty Girl was good. Baby Boy was good. I mean, the hits just kept coming. Me, Myself, and I was good. I actually liked Hip Hop Star. The close she of course she had The Closer I Get to You, to duet with her and Lufa. Signs was good. This song had, to me, the most songs on it where I was like, okay, Beyonce, that's a decent song. I like that. After the second album, that bitch wasn't shit. And it really wasn't her. It was y'all fucking Beehive bastards. But I do believe after the second album, like, the things she started to do went further and further away from R&B to me and was more pop and stuff. And so that's why I wasn't really feeling it like that. So I've only listened to bits and pieces. The stuff that people play when I'm in the car with them or on the radio or something like that. I'm not listening to the whole Beyonce album at this point. I'm not playing with Xavier. Don't ask me these questions. But number 2 is Beyonce's Dangerously in Love. The number 1 album of the year of our Lord, 2003. And what's so interesting is this album, actually, the number 1 album, didn't come out until the second. The album was only out 2 weeks in 2003. 2 weeks. It came out right before Christmas and blew everybody out of the water. Blew everybody out of the water. This is Alicia Keys' only good album. This is her only good album. This is Alicia Keys' only good album. The debut single on this album was You Don't Know My Name, and had fine ass Most Def in that album when she was at the goddamn diner. And when I tell you, them background singers was in that fucking background on them motherfucking microphones singing like it was the last time. Baby, they was gonna sing you on the glory with that. Oh, 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 oh. Baby, they was back there singing them backgrounds like it was the last time, bitch. Go listen to the end of the song where she's talking and playing the piano and shit, and them motherfucking background singers are singing. We know that ain't her singing because that woman ain't got them kind of vocals. Them bitches was back there singing, okay? Okay? This was her best album. This was absolutely her best album. The only album I like by Alicia Keys. The only album I like by her. It's a lot of good songs on this album. When You Really Love Someone is that's one of my secret songs that I'd be like, damn. Between that and You Don't Know My Name, those are my favorite 2 from this album. When You Really Love Someone. Right, the song came out the last 2 weeks of 2003. The last 2 weeks, and blew everything out of the water. It blew in terms of album sales, critical acclaim. The only thing that it didn't have was the amount of weeks that it topped the charts, because it could only top the charts for 2 weeks because it came out like right before Christmas. Diary, listen. She was in her bag on this one. The rest of her shit is trash. The rest of it is trash. But she was in her bag on this one. So, but yeah, number 1 album. Let's recap. Number 10, Monica After the Storm. Number 9, Isley Brothers, Body Kiss. Number 8, Erykah Badu, Worldwide Underground. Number 7, R. Kelly, Chocolate Factory. Number 6, Khalees, Tasty. Number 5, Luther Vandross, Dance With My Father. Number 4, Ashanti Chapter 2. Number 3, Mary J. Blige, Love and Life. Number 2, Beyond Skank, Dangerously in Love. And the number 1 album, R&B album of the year of our Lord, 2003. Alicia Keys, The Diary of Alicia Keys. All right, y'all, it's time for palate cleanse before we get out. Palate cleansers before we get out. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. Here are our palate cleansers. Here are our palate cleansers. That's a lot of man right there. That's a lot of man right there. Dear Lord, that's a lot of man. Mm. 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 Well. Jesus. Lord. Hey, boy. Hey, lady. That's a lot of man. That's a big man. That is another big man. For my salt and pepper lovers. That's a lot of hips. That's a lot of woman. Jason, that's a lot of woman. You got to get up in there, Jason. Jason, that's a lot of woman. Jason, you can handle all of that? That's a lot of woman. Oh. There he go again. That's a lot of woman right there. Jason, can you handle all of that? That's a lot of woman. Jesus. Ooh. You don't even need your clothes off, sir. And you just as fine. You say the Lord got you? Oh. That's a big man. You see, he tall as the door. That's a big man. That's a lot of man. Throw you from wall to wall. Just throw you from wall to wall. Mm. Hey, Uncle Jay. Well then. You say he could throw you in the corner and not let you up? Child, girl. Girl, child. Nah, he would get me in trouble. He would get me in a lot of trouble. Oh, I would get in trouble with him. That's another one look like he'll just throw you from wall to wall. Just throw you from wall to wall. That's a lot of melanin. It's a lot of man. That I know that's the end because I've been putting man at the end lately. So I know that's the end. Because when you see man, I know that's the end. Yep. Listen, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed Silly Saturday. Manic Monday today. Y'all know it'd be hard to put these things together, but it's a labor of love. I'm going to go check on hold on, let me see if I have an update on an update on the hurricane. Trying to see if I can get y'all one before we get out of here. Put some shondos in the chat. It is still a Cat 5 at 187. 80 miles per hour. There, it is down to moving at 10 miles per hour. Down to 897 millibars, which is one of the lowest barometric pressures ever recorded. I don't know if it's the record, but it's anytime you get below 900, you are breaking records. So yeah. It's still out here doing its thing. So yeah, y'all listen, prepare, be safe, get out. Okay. We'll be back tomorrow. Y'all know we'll be doing red, blue, and black tomorrow as well. So lay around for that with me and Cams. That's all I got for y'all for today. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. Y'all could be a whole lot of places, but y'all decided to be here with me today, and I am grateful. We'll be back tomorrow. Yes, whether you like it or not, panel, I haven't decided, y'all, if I'm going to review Potter Mac. I did watch Potter Mac. I got to decide if I'm going to review it. I don't know if I have it to do. Between Karen, Gray Pubes, between her and Mia, I don't know if I have it to do. Because I would have been with Gordon Gartrell. Bitch, no, that nigga can't take my son to get no motherfucking haircut. Fuck you mean? That's my son. Nope. That's why I was like, no, you not taking my son to go get no haircut. No, that's my son. I take my son to go to get a haircut. The fuck you mean you taking my son to go get a fucking haircut? Who the fuck is you? Child, the way I would have been cussing Miss Mia out, girl. Now you over here entertaining this man and this fuck shit, talk about that ain't his son. Girl, you ain't shit. You let down by her deciding she not. I don't believe no parts of Wendy just agreeing to no longer teach. I believe there's more to that story. I absolutely believe somebody down to the dean's office said, "Hey, dog baby, hey, boo boo, that shit you got going on over there down to the Bravos, that doesn't mesh well with our brand over here down to the Johns Hopkins University. We know you got a contract, and that contract is almost over. The day that shit is over, you can go ahead and get on out." I believe every part. I don't believe no parts of her willingly. Oh, I just decided. And I think she knew that. And I think they told her that when she first got on the show. And that's why you saw that as a storyline of hers early on. That's why early on she had that storyline telling her mom she don't really want to teach no more. Because I think when she agreed, now I get your money. Because I do believe Bravo is paying paying Wendy more than Johns Hopkins does, and she made that financial decision. But girl, don't come over here like, yeah, I made the decision. You saw that extra money. Girl, Johns Hopkins ain't paying me like this. Girl, I'm going, when Johns Hopkins says, girl, you need to make a decision. You told them, you lawyered up with your husband, said, I'm under contract. I've not violated my my contract. You got me until such and such date. And I think we done got to the end of that. And now she out with this storyline. Oh, I've decided that I don't want to teach anymore. I don't buy it. Don't. Because you've been on this show 4 or 5 years. How long? What year this is for? This is her what? 4th season? This season. She was on season. Was she on the season with the fight? Was she on season 5? I think she was on season 5. Season 5 was her first season. I think it was 5, 6, 7, 8. What season is this for her? Hold on. Let me see. This is. Wait. Wrong hole, fool. This is season 9. Okay. So I think she came season 5. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. This is her 5th season. This is her 5th season. Right. So if she came in season 5, this is her 5th season. Girl, you're not going to tell me from season 1, 5 years ago. Now, when you talked about you didn't want to teach no more, you went on teaching 4 whole more years. And now all of a sudden, it's time to pull the trigger. Girl, I don't buy it. I don't buy no parts of it. None at all. I think you stayed around because of the pandemic. They kept you around for the same reasons. They honored their contract with you. And now that time has expired. And they say, yeah, girl, you got to go. We won't be renewing your contract with us. Sorry. Or either that or it's something that I just don't believe that she just willingly said, yeah, I'm not going back over there no more. I don't believe no parts of that, y'all. But whatever. Anyway, if I feel up to it, I might do a review and put it up tomorrow, but I ain't doing it tonight. I'm tired. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Remember, needed the money. She's in debt. Yep. Her and her husband in debt. But what I'm saying is that might be the story too. So she may, I still don't think she willing. I think they told her, girl, we tired. Something just don't. You might be right, Xavier. You might be right. But I don't think it's just she like, oh, now I've just conveniently decided it's time for me to stop teaching. Not when you was talking about that season 1, sweetheart. It's 4 seasons later. Anyway, we'll be back here tomorrow. That's all I got for y'all today, y'all. Until then, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. Love y'all.